Right, so I have here um, the questions that you should be able to do for exercise 2C. Okay, you need so to be at standard for exercise 2C, you need to be able to do these questions. All right, so um, would anyone like to share how we can answer these questions? So Daniel says that it all should all be equal 360. Daniel, you are very close. Okay. I think you are thinking about exercise 2D. Okay, so this is triangle. Larissa, yes, it is. It is 180 degrees. Okay, so for triangle, um, right, so for triangles, the angle sum, meaning that you add all the angles together, is 180 degrees. Okay, that's right, Daniel. It's a common mistake. That's all right. So that means that if we add all these together, right? So we've got the 71 here, and we've got this one, which is 90, right? It's a right angle plus A. That's going to give you 180. Okay. All right. Would anyone like to work this out for me? Or maybe talk about how to work it out? Daniel said he's thinking the answer is 20. You are so close. Larissa says it's equal to 19. Okay. All right. So we got Daniel, the answer is 20. Larissa says the answer is 19, and Anton said the answer is 21. Okay, let's go through this. Okay, so the way that we work this out is we take 180 and we just subtract. Okay, all of this is subtracting. All right, Daniel's changed his answer to 19. So when you subtract this, right? So 180 minus 71, that is 109. And 109 minus 90 is 19. Okay, so that's how we do this question. The next question is very similar. Okay, so again, we've got, we just add 17 plus 127 plus A, and it's going to give you 180. Would anyone like to try this out for me? Daniel says 36. Does everyone else agree? Yep. Good job there, Daniel. So 180 minus 17 minus 127, right? And that's going to give us, so 180 minus 17 is 163. 163 minus 127, that should give you 36. Okay, Adams agrees as well. Beautiful. Okay, so you can see that it's really, really easy. Okay, just take 180 and then just subtract the two angles that we have. All right, now something a bit different. So this time we're not calculating an angle that is inside the triangle. We're calculating an angle that is outside, or in maths we call that the exterior angle. Okay, so exterior. Okay, so Daniel, exterior just means outside. Okay, see how this is outside of, this angle here is outside of the triangle. Okay, but it's really easy to work this out. Would anyone like to tell everyone else how to do this? You can have a look at the notes, and you can have a look at something called the exterior angle theorem. I'll give you guys a minute to think about it. Okay, 10 seconds. There are actually two ways of answer these questions. Okay, I'll show you the two ways. Daniel said 150. Ding, ding, ding. Well done. Now, Daniel, how do you get that? Guessing? There must be, right, how do you guess? There must be something that informed your guess. What did you do to get 150? All right. While Daniel is thinking about it, maybe I'll go through this. Oh, he says here because see next, um, because he see the angle being wide and he thought it's going to be a large number. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, you can say that. So it should be a large number, right? It should be more than 90 degrees, right? Because this is we can see that it's kind of like an obtuse angle. Um, yeah, but the way that you get like the exact correct answer there, so there must be a way to do that. Okay, so let's talk about this exterior angle theorem. So the exterior angle theorem says that the exterior angle is equal to the sum of
Okay,
the
so here's my explanation.
sure.
So the next one over with the 110 degrees on the exterior, I said, well, that's like small with the angle. So if it's wider, it must be more than 110.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that's one way to think about it. Okay. But I want to teach you how to actually get to that answer without guessing. So maybe you got lucky there. Right. So the theorem said the exterior angle is equal to the sum of the opposite internal angle. Internal means inside, right? And opposite, okay, that's talking about these two here. Because they're inside, so they're internal, and they're opposite because they are far away from this angle here. Okay, so equal to the sum. So basically, we just add them together, right? So A is equal to 80 plus 70, and that's going to give you 150 degrees. Okay. All right. So then you'll say he's knew that equation. You've seen it before. Good. So maybe that, in the back of your mind, you kind of knew about it, right? So that's how. So this is one way to solve this equation. Okay. Now the other way that you can do this as well is we can use the angle sum, right? So we know that the inside of the triangle have to add up to 180. Now here we got 80 already, and also 70. So 80 plus 70 is 150. That means that this must be 30, right? This must be 30, and here we got a straight line. What that means is, okay, what it means is that A plus 30 has to be equal to 180. Oh, oh, I don't know what happened there. Let me erase that. All right. So A plus 30 has to be 180. So in order to get A, we just take 180, subtract 30, and we get 150. Oh, did I not write a 1 before? It's 150 there. Okay. So you can see here, two ways of doing it. Gives you the same answer anyway. So you can choose which one you want to do. Um, you can see here the exterior angle theorem, just like one step to do. So, it's maybe easier. So I'm going to use the theorem for the next one here, right? So what it says is that this angle, 110, is equal to these two add together. So 110 is equal to A plus 60. So what would the answer be? 50. Well done, Larissa. Okay. So what number at 60 gives you 110? It has to be 50. Okay. So this is how you answer the questions in exercise 2C. Okay, guys? Right. So we're going to move on to exercise 2D. Now, Daniel and Larissa, you guys earn yourself another star for helping me going through those questions there. All right. So with exercise 2D, we are now looking at quadrilateral. So meaning that, you got four sides, four angles, okay? And the same thing, well, so sorry, not the same thing, but similar thing for quadrilateral, for quadrilaterals, the angle sum, we're still using angle sum. The angle sum would be 360 this time, okay? So Daniel kind of talked about this before. So, so very similar to the triangle, what we're going to do, that means that 88 plus 115 plus 96 plus A is equal to 360. Okay, so would anyone like to work this out for me? Larissa says 61. What about everyone else? And in a moment, we're going to work this out. Larissa, how did you work out the answer there? 61. Daniel also says 61. 61? Okay. 360, take away 88. Good. Take away 115 and take away 96. Good. So you guys see here, they are so similar to each other, right? Exercise 2C and exercise 2D. They're very similar. We just have to take them away. Um, right? So yeah. So 360 take away 88 is 272. 272 take away 115 is 157. 157 take away 96. Yeah, 61. Good job. I know what you're saying there, Daniel. Good job. All right, and then the next one here, right, very similar, doing the same thing. So we got 80 plus 35 plus 75 plus A. You know, all of these are going to be 360. Oh, where's my all of these? And Daniel already calculated, you know, to be 170, and Larissa says same thing. Exactly, same deal. We do 360, take away 80, take away 35, take away 75, right? Same thing. Easy. 360 take away 80 is 280. 280 take away 35 is 240, 245. 245 take away 75 is 170. Of course, you can do this with your calculator, right? Um, okay. And then the final one here. Um, this one's a bit different. Um, okay. Now we are going to use something from our note that says that um, that says something about parallel lines. Okay. Now Daniel said, or Daniel, I think he's guessing here, it's going to be 254. Okay, I think I know how he got it. Now the question asks us to find this angle A here, right? Now the problem is this angle is outside of the quadrilateral. Okay, so it's outside, so unfortunately we can't use the angle sum, not this time. Okay, um, Daniel changed his answer to 83. Okay, Daniel, how did you get that answer there? You think it's, oh, I think you're making, right, so you're saying you're making a guess because it's less than 90. All right, so let's try working this out, right? Um, Now, the way that we are going to work this out is I am going to use this angle here. And the reason why you're in sharing, the reason why I'm using this angle is because this angle and this angle, okay, they are what we call vertically opposite angles, okay? And um, now, you may have learned this last year in year 7 in the topic of parallel lines, okay? So vertically opposite angles, they are equal to each other. So what that means is if this is A, this is also A. And you see how I've made an outside angle into an inside angle? Okay. Right. Daniel changed his answer to 74. Let's see if he's correct. Okay. So these two angles are the same. Okay. And then we use another fact about parallel lines. Oh, that's badly drawn. So we have these two parallel lines here, right? And a special thing about parallel lines is that these two angles here, so the angle between the parallel lines are co-interior. Again, the word interior means inside, right? And co means they're both inside. Okay? Daniel, that is a very interesting way of doing it. Good job. Okay. Um, I'm going to go through your way in a moment, okay? I'm going to show people this way. So co-interior just because they're both inside the parallel lines, okay? And the special thing about that is that these two adding together is equal to 180, okay? And 180, and so what we do, A, we take 180 and subtract 106, and we got Daniel answer there, which is 74 degrees. So good job there, Daniel. Okay. So I believe this is in the notes for exercise 2D there. So you can use this one here, guys. All right, to work out the angle. Okay. Now what Daniel said in chat here is what he's done is something special about parallels is that the opposite angles are equal to each other, right? So if this is 106, this is also 106. Okay? And so what he's done there is he took 360, take away 106, and take away 106 again. That would give you 148. And then what you do is divide by 2, and you would get 74. And the reason why you can divide by 2 is because this angle here is going to be the same as this angle here, right? So you got 2a's. So to find 1a, you just divide by 2. So that is a different way of doing that question. A bit longer, but that's okay. You know, in math, that's fine as long as you get to the same answer. You know, whichever way you do, that's good. Okay, as long as it makes sense. All right. So again, these are what you need to do, what you need to be able to do for exercise 2D. All right, guys. So it's 1 o'clock. Um, if you have any questions, you can stay. Feel free to stay and ask me questions. If not, I'm happy for you guys to go and do the work yourself. I will put the videos going through the exercise questions on Compass later for you guys. Okay? Thank you so much, guys, for coming to the meeting today. Bye, Larissa.